Hey guys, thanks for joining me in another video. So we're going to unbox this gorgeous device and I'm going to do a walkthrough. So I got my big knife. It's big, right? So they sent it to me in this plastic thing again instead of an actual box, so I gotta use this. Let's see, read the information on that. Here it is, HTC 8X on the T-Mobile network. So looking at the specs, what you got? Windows Phone 8. You've got a gorgeous, and I've already played with this, not this particular one, but I played with the phone already the other day, and it's very nice. Got a 4.3 inch HD Super LCD 2-panel 1280 by 720, which makes the display a 720 display, and it definitely lives up to it. You've got a Qualcomm S4 dual core 1.5, 16 gigs internal. Look at the f2 on the camera, 8 megapixels on the back, 2.1 on the front. Most important thing to me is the Beats audio. I love Beats audio, and it's got a 1080p frame rate with 30 frames per second. So let's get in here. Wow, I've been waiting for this. Just having Beats audio alone to me is exciting. So let's crack it and there it is. We tilt so you can see. I know you want to see it. That's what you're here for. So we're going to take this out, and should be this little booger right here. Should be a SIM card. There it is. And this is your UPC thing that you keep these for your IMEI. This is so just in case you have an issue with the phone, you can get service. So in the box, you get the power brick and the USB cable. But we're not concerned about that, are we? So addressing it here quickly, we've got a power button up top. There's a noise cancellation microphone there, 3.5mm headphone jack there. On this side, you've got your power button, and kind of on the back here, there's the SIM tray where we'll use that little thing there to get the SIM tray open to put the SIM card in. And down on this side right here, you've got a camera button. On this side, there's absolutely nothing. This thing just feels great in the hand. And on the bottom, you've got your microphone hole and your USB charging port. And on the back, you've definitely got your 8 megapixel camera with a single LED flash, your Beats logo, and your T-Mobile logo down here, and your speaker grill right there, and this embedded HTC logo. Really, really nice. This screen is definitely gonna do us justice. So we're gonna open this up here. We're gonna just keep going here. We're gonna fire this up. SIM tray pops out like that. There's the SIM tray. So we're gonna pop the SIM card in here and put all this back in the box, and we're gonna start this thing up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire it up here. Not just gonna do an unboxing. I'm gonna fire it up, and then I'm also going to do a walkthrough. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. I don't want to take you through the sign-in process. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and I'll be back once I get this bad boy booted up. Part 2 right now. So here's the boot up process. I'll go ahead and let you see the boot up. Windows Phone boots up pretty quickly. Again, gorgeous device, feels great in the hand. This will be my new daily driver because it has Beats audio, and because it's a Windows Phone. For those of you that know, dating back, my favorite operating system has always been Windows Phone. Keep a Windows Phone on hand, but now that Windows 8 is out, I decided to go ahead and actually get a Windows 8 device. And why not this one? The reason I chose this one over the 810 is because I don't mind cloud storage, and also the 810 is a little bit wider and it feels different in the pocket, but it still feels good. And I know the Nokia has the extended. You can put a 64 card in there and has a removable battery. But those aren't deal breakers for me. So, it's just one of those things. We got juice. Maybe the battery's dead. So I'll get this back on the charger and we'll go from there. Oh, sorry, it wasn't dead. It was still booting. All right, so here it is. I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and I'll be back shortly. So while this is going through the setup, wow, I got to tell you, this is an extremely, I forgot to mention the speaker grills. They're color coded with the color permanent body and the 2.1 on the front. I don't know if I showed it to you in the initial start of the video, but while I'm booting this up here, wow, this device is a beautiful device. The color is not what it comes across like on camera, and even on the box it looks like it's kind of blue, but wow, this phone is lightweight. It's only about 130 grams, and the design makes it feel like it's slimmer in the hand than it actually is. This is a 10.1 millimeter device, but it tapers on the edges around the entire device, so when you're holding it, it just feels fantastic. It feels a lot better than what it comes across, than what it looks like. So after this finishes the setup, we'll go ahead and come back shortly and we'll give you a short walkthrough. Okay, so the setup completed, so we're going to go ahead and hit next, and it'll take us to our it says have fun. It'll take us down to our home page. Now on camera, this comes across as like a blue-purple to kind of match the device itself, but this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous device. Very, very, very fluid. It's got my me towel down there already. That's my me towel for my social media. That's me. It's already pulled in my Twitter. Wow, that is pretty neat. It's already pulled in my Twitter and my Hotmail. So I'll sign into Facebook here shortly. But you can see on the first boot, this is the way it comes. And I'm obviously going to change this because from the jump I see that I want my clock, and you can with Windows 8, obviously you've seen this 1,000 times. You can go ahead and make your icons or live tile, excuse me, bigger. So with me, I want this clock up here. And let's see, I don't want this on there. My account, I want it there. Music, I want it there. People, I want it there. Email, I want it there. Market, they've pretty much kind of got this set up the way. I don't want the phone icon big, believe it or not, because I don't use the phone that often. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this around to my liking. And I kind of like to have my media content together, which means that this will come here, and let's see, games will go smaller and it will go up here like this, because I want to have a couple of rows of icons. And as you can see now, look, I can have them staggered like this only because you can resize the tiles. Now that is a beautiful thing. Doesn't get any better than that. So you can have them staggered because I can possibly put 2 in there. And that is just a gorgeous thing. Sorry if you hear some background noise. I'm getting my lawn care done. But that is just a wonderful thing. Being able to stagger them like this, for whatever reason you might want to do that. The calendar, I'm not so much big on the calendar. I don't have to have a big calendar, so I can put that right there. And I can see you can leave some areas in there open, however you want to do it. But resizing the live tiles, I love it. So there's things on here that with Windows Phone you don't have to keep them. So you remember how in the old Windows phones you had this little space over here where it was being taken up by the little arrow, lets you know you can swipe over. Some people think it's gone, but it's just down here in the bottom and it doesn't take up space on the screen. So like I was just about to say, with T-Mobile you can remove things. So immediately I want to remove this caller tunes, because I don't use caller tunes, and it's gone from the device just that quickly. It just doesn't get any better than that. And there's something else I want to remove. I want to remove T-Mobile TV. I won't use that. That's going to be gone. And I'll probably do for now that'll be it. But immediately right now you can see there's a difference in Windows Phone. The overall experience with Windows 8 is going to be different from Windows 7. Just being able to resize these is just a huge plus. With the new thing, this being able to put things where you want them, I just love the little icons. I think because there's one small thing. I didn't like a huge me tile. I didn't like that. Now I can have a smaller me tile, and that's something really simple. But already I've customized this to my liking already so far, and I'll install more apps, and it'll just get better and better and better. So speaking of installing apps, let's just jump right in and see if I can install one of my favorite apps, because I'll need to use that. And you get a look at the keyboard. You can see it like this. So let's go ahead and jump in here and get WordPress. This keyboard is extremely responsive. And there's WordPress, a must-have application. I accept. Man, I've forgotten how nice and elegant the Windows Phone experience is. I still say, if you can remember my other videos, the Windows Phone experience for having emails is the most elegant. I've never seen a more beautiful experience with emails on a device. And in one of my recent videos, you can see that I was talking about just downloading really quickly. It took a long time to get started, but it actually, T-Mobile network in my house is definitely improved, and it is installing. So I got WordPress. Now I'm a huge Google person, and there's not really much support. So there's an application called Metro Talk. Gotta get used to using the keyboard again. Metro Talk. See if it's 2 words. See if it's in the store, if it can be used. Nope, not yet. Not compatible with Windows 8. Looks like, but that's a Google application, a Google client. But you know what? While I was in there, here's the store. It's not called the market anymore. So immediately you see you have some HTC information, some applications that you can get. And this is already installed, but looks like there's an update. So I'll go ahead and update that. Won't hurt. And I'm curious to see how my games are going to come across on here. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually sync up. Photo enhancer. It's already installed. Flashlight should already be installed. Yep. So that's a small portion there for the store. You got your regular games, apps, music, and podcasts, but you have a section for HTC, which is nothing new. And on here, it's got some kind of featured applications right in the store. And there's games you could look at. Music. I like how they've done this, and that's how that is in the store. Let's going into the settings is what I need to go into, because I want to put a small settings on the front here. I want to make it small, and these are things that you just don't know how exciting it is to be able to fit them in here like this. It's just wonderful. So then I can take a picture well, I can take a contact and put it on here. First I want to go into settings, because I want to put a person's contact up there. So here's the settings, as you can see. You've got your ringtones and sounds, themes, email accounts, internet sharing, definitely. Lock screen is what I wanted to get into. Here is what I wanted to get a better look at. So here it has the calendar set on here as the default. You can have something on the lock screen. It's got the calendar, and I'll leave that there for now. But more importantly, these are the ones down here. You can add shortcuts to the front on the lock screen, and they will appear down here like that. So I think that's a good addition to your calendar items appearing on there, and you get the shortcuts down on the bottom. I think that's pretty nice. I'm going to turn off Wi-Fi because I don't want to link to Wi-Fi. Got pretty good service in here. Tap and send is where you can share photos, contacts, websites by turning your NFC. Now, I'm not a fan of NFC, and I'm definitely going to turn that off. I don't use NFC at all. On my Google phones, I did, because I had so much free money on there. They kept giving me $10, $15. They kept giving it to me. But other than that, I don't use NFC. So I'll definitely need to get that turned off, and I'll get into it in a little while afterwards. So here is something new here, which is wallet. And I was about to say, yeah, I shouldn't have anything in here, but this is where you have your credit cards. I think you can do PayPal in here. I'm going to set a PIN code real quick. That's it. All right, so this is where you would have your credit cards and things like that in there. I'm pretty sure you can do PayPal as well. But that's a quick look at the settings menu. I want to show you the storage. I like this right here, how they've got the battery saver now. Battery saver is a nice one to have. It does help save battery, because on my other Windows phones it was really nice. There's some drawbacks to it though, but there's always good and bad. So one thing that's funny here, they have this kids corner, and basically what this kids corner is, if you've got somebody that you feel is going to pick up your phone, you can limit access to them, and it'll have a different start screen for them. You just swipe over, and I'll demo that later on, but that's a pretty neat feature. You can basically kind of keep them out of your phone. But let me just show you the storage. You see there's actually a spot here for phone storage, and you can see what's available. Out of the 16, well, it says 14.56, but actually about 12 of that is available. You see? So let's go down to about and show you what it's running. You can see I am on T-Mobile USA, Windows Phone 8, and it's even got the screen resolution down there. I think that's pretty good. So this is just a quick walkthrough for now. Oh man, I sure do miss Windows Phone. I can tell you that it's definitely something that I truly enjoyed before. It just wasn't enough going on with it, man. It just wasn't enough. So now I can just have all of these things small, which is what I love, and I can put what I want to put down there on these items. I'll load that up later on. But thanks for joining me in this quick run through. Definitely going to have tons of things up, and this is going to be a good run, guys. Thanks for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next one.